Hi guys, BGUK here. Today I'm going to show you my PvP assassin build, the Deception spec. I want to run through the talents, the gear I'm using, also sort of rotations. I know a lot of people, pretty much everyone, has been saying there's no such thing as a set rotation for this game. I completely agree, there isn't. Everything's very situational, but there is certain things you can be doing as an assassin to get the most out of your force costs and the talents. I call them semi-rotations just because they're sort of small rotations basically. But anyway, I'll start off with the talents I've chosen. Rather than telling you why I've chosen each one, I'm just going to tell you the ones I have chosen. You can have a look at them, you know, get the information for them. A lot of people would disagree with the choices I've made. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you, see what you think. But let's go through these. In the Deception tree, I've chosen Dark Embrace, Duplicity, Insulation, Obfuscation, if that's pronounced correctly, Avoidance, Deceptive Power, Dark Swell, Surging Charge, Induction, Saber Conduit, Fade, Low Slash, Static Charges, Crackling Blasts, and Voltaic Slash. In the Darkness tree, I've got Charge Mastery, Thrashing Blades, Lightning Recovery, and finally in Madness, I've got Exploitive Strikes. Now with the gear, I'm using all Stalker set. There's 3 sets you can choose from, but Stalker's the one you want for this build. Apart from the gloves and the head item, I've used Force Masters for those two, just because of the critical and surge rating on them. I found it more superior and more beneficial for this build. With the relics, you want surge and crit. That's kind of a sort of no-brainer, and I've got a power one there as well. Now with these semi-rotations, as I'm calling them, there's a couple of key talents here. Induction and Voltaic Slash. Voltaic Slash is an ability, but each use of this ability increases the damage dealt by your next shock by 15%, and that stacks up to 2 times. With Induction, the talent, it increases the critical damage dealt by Maul by 30%, but mainly, in addition, Thrash, Assassinate and Voltaic Slash have a 100% chance to grant Induction whilst Surging Charge is active. That reduces the cost of your next shock by 25%. That also stacks 2 times. So basically, for this semi-rotation, hit Voltaic Slash twice, followed by a shock, and that shock will cost 50% less, but will do 30% more damage. So if you keep doing Voltaic Slash twice followed by shock, you would do a nice bit of damage. Now whilst doing that semi-rotation, that builds up static charges, and basically static charges, when your surging charge deals damage, you have a 100% chance to build a static charge, increasing the damage dealt by your next surging charge by 6%. That stacks 5 times. So what you want to do is use that semi-rotation of Voltaic Slash and Shock until you've got 5 stacks of static charges, and that's when you want to use your discharge. Also, with your talent Duplicity, direct damage attacks have 30% chance to grant Exploit Weakness, causing your next Maul to ignore 50% of the target's armor and cost 50% less force. That can only occur once every 10 seconds. Now another little sort of semi-rotation slash, it's more like a tip really. It can be quite difficult to get Maul off, I've found. A lot of the time if they're running away and you're behind them and you've got force slow on them, you know, you can Maul quite easily. 9 times out of 10 they're facing you. To get behind them it can be a challenge. That's when I like to use Low Slash. use low slash, incapacitates the target for 4 seconds, damage causes this effect to end prematurely, and it breaks it. But if you can get a low slash off, a lot of the time you can run behind them and pull off a more crits for 4k. Plus, you know, I've had it crit over 4.5k before now, but average about 4k, so it is quite worth it. Also, assassinate, you want to hit that every chance you get. If they're below 30% health, there's a good chance assassinate will drop them. If not, it will take them down to the last few health points. Now, if you try and put that together, that's what I like to do. Use Vortex slash twice, followed by shock. If you do that semi-rotation twice, then once you've used the shock, followed by a discharge, lucky enough to get a maul off, then if they're not dead already, you can use assassinate and that finish them off. But again, it's very situational. This is just something I like to try to do. With the cooldowns, another tip, at the moment I'm using Recklessness, the Relic for the crit and surge, also Overcharge Saber, and my Force Adrenal increases surge. I'm not using that straight away. When you engage in a fight, you're most likely stealthed. The thing is, when somebody who's stealth attacks a player, that player likes to mash all their defensive cooldowns. So if you've popped all your cooldowns and you've you know, broke stealth, started to attack, when they've hit the shield, you're not getting the most out of your cooldowns. So what I like to do is come out swinging without cooldowns, and then when I'm close to using my discharge at 5 stacks, I like to use it before then. Then you can crit 3k with your shock, 4.5k with discharge, 4.5k with maul, you know, and 4k with assassinate. And even your Vortex slashes, one hit Vortex slash, it crits at like 2.5k, so you're putting out a lot of damage. It's just all about being in the right situation at the right time, you know, and just you know, be smart about it. That's the main thing. But anyway, I've rambled on enough. This video is getting a lot sort of longer than I anticipated. You know, please leave your feedback below. Also, you know, like it if you liked this video. Subscribe if you want to see my other videos. I'm going to be doing a madness build on this character. I might do a darkness build, probably not for PvP, just because it doesn't put out a lot of damage. Survivability is good, and it can be quite handy in, say, Void Star guarding the doors, or the turrets, for example, in war zones. But it's not that great, I found. Also, I've got a bounty hunter. I'm going to do a bodyguard build, also an arsenal build. I've not tried the third. I can't remember what it's called. I've not tried that yet, but I will be, you know, making videos on that. Also, my next video, I'm going to do a quick keybind tutorial. Basically, a few tips that helped me get into keybind, because I was always a clicker beforehand in previous MMOs, keyboard turning, and I just got to a point where I couldn't get any better, and then a friend of mine told me, you know, you should be keybinding. Tried it at first, it was quite difficult, because I just dove straight in the deep end, put all my spells on keybind, struggled for a couple of days, and then suddenly it clicked. And you know, in my rating in World of Warcraft shot up by a few hundred within about a week, so it really does help. But again, I'll save that for next time. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget, please subscribe, please comment, and please like if you liked it. Until next time, thank you.